What's up YouTube? In today's video, I'm going to be explaining and answering all of your questions. I posted an Instagram story stating what should my next YouTube video be, and then you guys had a whole bunch of different questions, and I thought, why don't I just make a whole Q&A video answering all of your questions in one place. The first question we are going to be going over is how to get faster shipping. I know this is a huge issue for a lot of you guys, so that's why I'm going to be explaining all the different ways you can get your shipping faster. The fastest option is usually paying for express shipping. But first calculate whether the higher shipping cost still makes financial sense. You should also stop waiting until you completely run out before ordering more. Estimate how many cards you normally sell and then reorder while you still have several weeks of inventory left. There's this little clip I seen and I'll show it up on the screen real quick, but it basically just says how you can't get a good product for a cheap price with cheap shipping. It's just not possible. Best long-term solution is inventory management. Know how many cards you have, know how quickly you sell them, and know exactly when you're going to need to reorder. The next question we are going to be going over is what do you do when the manager or owner isn't even in the store to pitch the product? I just want to say that this does happen extremely often. So don't treat it as an automatic rejection. Just politely ask the employee when the owner or manager is normally available. You can leave a business card or your Instagram page or any form of contact information, but it is definitely always better to ask for a specific time to return. Instead of saying, I'll come back sometime, just ask them, would the owner normally be here around 2 p.m. tomorrow? You can also briefly demonstrate the product to the employee. Sometimes they will become interested and explain it to the owner before you even return. Also make sure to keep a list of the businesses and make sure to follow up with them. A lot of sales come from the second or third visit, not usually the first conversation you have with the business. The next question I'm going to be answering is why I don't just give away the supplier for free to everyone. I do not publicly share my supplier because finding a reliable supplier took time, testing, and money. I had to compare prices, shipping times, card quality, and whether the NFC chip actually worked. I hope you guys understand why I have to put a price tag on that. And I also decided to make it even cheaper because I want it to be accessible to a lot of you guys. The next question I'm going to be answering is what does a good day look like and what does a bad day look like for selling these Google review cards? A bad day looks like a lot of the owner not being in there, then you're going to have to follow up with them another time and come back in. And it's like a lot of wasted time. Now, the reason why I go like this when I say it's a waste of time is because in reality, it's really not. Because here's what a good day looks like. A good day looks like a lot of the manager being in there, a lot of the owners being in the store, so you're getting those initial sales, and it's a lot of follow-ups from when the owner or manager weren't in the store and they follow up with you to get you to come back into the store and pitch the product again. And usually if they want you to come back into the store, it's usually a good sign and you probably have like a 90% success rate of actually closing the deal. Now the next question being asked is how you are able to scale this business. At first, you're going to be doing everything yourself. You're going to order the cards yourself, you're going to program them yourself, you're going to visit the stores and close the deals yourself. However, once you understand what actually works, you're going to turn it into an actual system. You are going to do this by hiring a sales representative and pay them by commission for every card that they sell. For example, if they sell a card for $40, you're going to pay them $10 or like $15 and you get to keep the rest of the profit, saving you a lot of time, effort, and money. You can also start selling through Instagram, TikTok, or a website instead of relying only on door-to-door sales. The goal is to stop being the only person producing revenue and build a team that can actually sell and fulfill orders without you having to handle every single customer yourself. The next question we are going to be going over is whether you can sell these Google review cards in other countries besides like Canada or like the US. To answer your question, yes. This method can work outside of Canada and the United States because businesses everywhere want more customers and a better online reputation. The main thing you need to research is whether people in your country commonly use Google Maps and Google reviews when choosing businesses. The card itself works the same way anywhere. A customer taps it on their phone and it takes them directly to the business review page. However, you may need to adjust your pricing based on the local economy. You might not be able to charge the same amount everywhere, but your supplier can still be low enough to leave a healthy profit. This is the end of the video. I hope you guys have learned something more about this business model. I answered all of the questions that were asked on my story that I put about what my next YouTube video should be. And if you have any more questions, just feel free to leave a comment down below on this video. I'll make sure to get around to your comments sometime. But yeah, with that being said, if you want to access my supplier or any more information that I do have, you can click the link in my bio or go on my Instagram, click the link in the bio, and you will be able to access everything I have. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.